napkins, you got plates coming out?
Tom! Hey, Tom!
Excuse me.
Hi, glad you Hey, man, how's it going?
So far, so good.
Place looks great. Look, your dad's not onto the shindig, is he?
No, he thinks Franny and Grandma are taking him out to dinner upstairs.
All right. Wait a minute. How you gonna get your father down here?
I'm working on it.
The yacht just doesn't feel the same with Diana gone, does it?
Nope. This is the first time I've been here since it was raided.
Did it bother you to be here?
At first I thought it might. But now, being here with the casino closed, there's no temptation, right?
Now, you do have Marcy's painting in the car, don't you, Alfie?
Yes, sir.
And you'll take it to the McCalls this evening?
As you wish.
If Marcy isn't there, leave a message saying that I'm sorry, but the painting's a forgery.
I'll get it off our hands immediately.
Thanks, Elf. Oh, one other thing.
What is it?
I have another piece of business to take care of in which I'll need your help. Now, can I trust you to be discreet about this?
Well, of course you can, my lord. Always.
I'm glad you came by tonight.
Well, you're not the only reason I'm here.
It doesn't matter. As long as you're here, why don't you loosen up, huh?
Why?
Because Haskell thinks I'm losing you. He's getting all hot and bothered.
Really?
Yeah, really. I mean it, Maggie. Look, we have to communicate.
Not here and not now.
We have no choice. Haskell's henchman is right behind you.
I just couldn't wait to see you. I had to come.
Oh, Maggie, it's so good to have you here.
As the world turns.
I'm just so glad to know that things are all right between us.
You shouldn't let these things get you, Maggie. You know how I feel.
Maggie, dear, your husband must be here for Bob's party.
He will be.
Uh-huh, he already is. He's early.
Frank.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
Frank, will you please get out of here?
My pleasure.
Cal, this is going much too far. Now, Lisa thinks I'm playing around with you. It's going to be all over town. I've never wanted anything to be over faster in my life.
Well, it would have been over if it wasn't for Frank. He's on the take. He's in Haskell's pocket.
And I told you I want proof.
Well, look at the facts, Maggie. Haskell was tipped off. Then all of a sudden, the casino's up and running again. And who should come waltzing in here out of nowhere but Frank?
He's on his way to Bob Hugh's bachelor
Oh, yeah,
party.
he always has some excuse for being here.
Why don't you just leave him alone?
Good evening, Mrs. Andropoulos. Mr. Randolph.
Hello, Louis.
Nice to see you again, Mrs. Andropoulos.
I can't leave him alone. He's in business with Haskell. I have it all on tape, and it's not just Penny Annie stuff.
How can you think I could believe that Frank could do anything like that?
You want me to play the tape for you?
All right, yes, play the tape. Come on over to my apartment.
What, now?
Yes, now.
Well, I can't right now.
Why not? You're so eager for me to hear this tape?
I don't have it right now.
You don't have it. Does it even exist?
Yes, it exists. I'll play it for you when I get it.
All right, but let me tell you one thing right now. I do not want Frank incriminated by mere hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
Prove it.
Alfie, I'm very concerned about Marcy. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel there's something very, very wrong. I just wish I knew what was bothering her.
She's a lovely girl. Very spirited.
Ah, yes. To look at a young woman like that, just talent, looks, a sweet nature, you'd think she'd have everything going for her.
One would certainly think so, sir.
Well, why doesn't she act that way? And why does she keep acting like a scared little girl?
I'm afraid I couldn't say, sir.
That's what I'll need you to find out for me.
Yes, but what shall I do now?
Oh, you have a wonderful way with people, Elfie.
Don't butter me up, sir.
I was hoping that you could go over to the McCalls and talk to a certain someone that you knew well enough to do a little investigating.
As a matter of fact, Miss Martha the cook is a smashing conversationalist.
And could you go over there and talk to her again? And see if you couldn't find out something more about what's troubling Marcy.
Anything to help, sir.
I'd really appreciate it. I knew I could count on you.
Say no more. It's as good as done.
And thanks, Elfie.
You know, it sure feels good to get out of that hard hat and put on some silky clothes.
Nice. Yeah.
Hey, something tells me that these are not pigs in a blanket. What do you call this stuff?
Goose pate.
Goose pate, huh? Well, I'm no coward. I'm gonna try a couple. Frankie, these things are great, man. You gotta try one.
No, thanks. I'll pass.
Come on, Frankie. What's the matter? You look kind of blue.
Why? No, I'm fine. Really.
You sure?
No, listen. When is Bob due?
Tom went upstairs to get him. He'll be down in a minute. You know something? It's a terrible thing to play a joke on somebody like that.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Frankie, lighten up. I'm only kidding. He's gonna love it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's
What's wrong, man? You look like you lost your best friend.
No, there's nothing wrong. I'm fine. Everything's fine, really. Listen, I'll get another drink. You want another one?
Yeah, sure. I could use another one.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have you heard from Diana since she left?
No, nothing.
I'm certainly gonna miss her.
We all are.
Well, gentlemen, we're not here to mourn the departure of Diana. We're here to celebrate the betrothed. Here's to Bob and Kim.
To Bob and Kim.
Go to Bob and Kim tying the knot.
And to a fine farewell to Bob's freedom.
Oh, Kim's freedom too. We gotta be liberated about the whole thing, huh?
Farewell to freedom and hello to matrimony.
It couldn't happen to a nicer couple, Bob and Kim. And maybe sometime later, Brian?
Careful, Kirk. That's how rumors get started, all
If
right?
I'm gonna start a rumor, it's gonna be a good one. And by the way you and Barbara look, it might not be too remote, eh?
Well, just don't push it, baby brother, all right? Seriously, though, when the time comes for us bachelors to celebrate the same fate, I hope that we are lucky enough to find a woman as wonderful as Kim. Especially you two gentlemen. God knows you're going to need all the help you can get.
Thank you very much.
I'm not getting married till I'm 50, if then.
Well, I'll drink to that, I'll drink to that.
What's all this clinking of glasses, you guys? You gotta take it easy on the booze now. We gotta be up for the sunrise wedding, you know?
Tucker, what's the story, man? When's the cake coming in with the bimbos popping out? Come on, bimbos. Yes.
Well, I don't know what Tom has got planned, but I do know about his hors d'oeuvres. They are dynamite.
Oh.
My escargot's waiting for me.
Well, the escargot aren't gonna run away.
Well, now, what is it? Is there something wrong?
No.
Is it Margot? Is there something wrong with Margot?
No, there's nothing wrong with Margot. She has a little sore throat, which is why she's not here, and she's resting up for tomorrow, that's all.
Well, what's so important it couldn't wait?
I just wanted to tell you how happy I am for you and Kim.
Well, I appreciate that, but did you have to bring me down here to tell it? Tell it to me?
Yes. Walk this way.
Oh, at last! Where you been?
John, I'm sorry I'm late. I lost the directions.
Just so you got here. What's in the suitcase? An audience support system.
No, that's good, that's good. This is a safeguard. I got some magic tricks in here in case the party falls flat.
This party's not gonna fall flat, not if you use that material I gave you. You got it?
I got it. It's right up here in the old noodle.
You got enough to work with?
Oh, boy, that's good. You're in the wrong line of work.
I've often told myself that many times. Seriously, you have enough material to work with.
Come on, I got a lot of stuff. I grew up in Ohio.
Okay, listen. Don't go for the hype. Go for the bite, okay?
No problem, no problem. You know, you ought to be my manager. You're terrific.
I was about to ask you the same thing. What would you say, 15%? 10%?
Oh, Mama, it's you. You look divine. It's
beautiful.
You love it? Fabulous, matey. You got to keep it in the show.
It's sort of shades of Sadie Hawkins.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we want.
You know what's funny? There I was in my kitchen, cleaning the kitchen floor. Lost all track of time. I look at the clock and say, hey, I got a party to... So, I said the wonderful thing about it is I don't even have to change.
That's right. Well, Tom and I believe in that kind of theme, you know.
Yes, I know. So they're in right now.
Yes, Tom already took Bob in.
God, I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh, is that it? Here comes the bride. Hi, kids.
Oh, I think this is so much fun. I have always wanted to crash a party. The last party you'll crash was a single woman.
Oh, I
heard there was a party to crash. I always wanted to know what guys do at bachelor parties.
As soon as we go in that room and rate it, we'll find out.
I just hope that Tom forgives you.
What do you mean? It was half his idea.
No, but which half? Which half?
Oh, wait, that's so fun. Delightful. Oh, wait, ready for service.
I'm afraid an emergency at the hospital. What else is new?
Oh, Bob would be so disappointed. He would love to have had him.
He's here in spirit. Nothing could keep him away tomorrow.
Oh, I hope not. Brody, I don't know. Whose idea was this?
Oh, Nancy, loosen up or you'll walk the plank, matey.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, I don't want to be a wet blanket.
Think of it as an adventure, Grandma.
Okay, everybody. Okay, shh, everybody. In exactly 1 minute, 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're going to stealthily sneak in there. Stealthily. And then Tom is going to give us the high sign. And we're going to say, surprise, and really bowl him over.
Listen, we can't. Where's Lisa? We can't go do anything without her.
Well, she's got 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Is here.
Here she is.
All right.
Listen, darling, I saw what was going on between you and Cal upstairs.
Oh, no, Lisa, it's not what you think.
Now, Maggie, I know what I saw, honey, and it's none of my business. I just want you to know that I do understand. I've been there before myself. But please, just a little advice. You are treading on thin ice. And just, would you try to be a little bit more discreet?
As long as you don't sing anymore.
All right, I won't sing anymore. Excuse me. Guys, listen, I'd like to thank you all for being here. And I have a surprise for all of you.
Okay.
What would a bachelor party be?
Yeah.
Without girls.
Party's been crashed.
Disappointed, are you?
Bevy of beauty.
Bevy, anyway.
Well, sweetie, it's nice to see that you got dressed for the occasion.
It took me hours to figure out what to wear.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why, Barbara, you've never looked lovelier.
Thank you.
Hello.
Well, hello, my darling. I think you make a very handsome couple.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Tell me about the reception. What's happening with it? Oh, it is going to be just wonderful. I just hope that I can get enough champagne. I mean, if I don't have enough for that stupendous crowd, I'll die. You're going to love it.
Frank, could we please talk?
There's nothing that we have to talk about, Maggie.
Please don't be like this, Frank. For Kim's and Bob's sake, we shouldn't make a scene. I don't want a scene.
Neither do I.
Thank you. I've been working on it. I bet we really surprised you, huh?
You bet you did. I have a feeling anything can happen tonight.
Everyone, would you all grab a seat, please?
What? Should we sit down? Let's just do what he said.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord Cushing.
Stuart. Call me Stuart.
Okay. Stuart. It's a little chilly in here. I wish they'd turn up the heat.
Well, why don't I give you my jacket?
Oh, would you?
Of course. There you go. How's that?
It's much better. Thank you.
Oh, is it?
Hello, Mr. McCall. How are you? How would you like to be my escort tonight?
Well, we'd be lucky to have such an attractive one.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere.
You've been doing it.
Oh, really?
What's going to happen?
I don't see John anywhere. Do you think he's going to show up?
If he wasn't invited, I think it's just as well. It'd be rather awkward for Bob.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm sorry that Steve couldn't make it either.
Yeah, he loves things like this.
Hey, listen, don't worry, okay? He's going to be back on his feet before you know it.
Well, you got everybody seated. Now we're going to stand there with those stairs.
Matey, I think we have a success on our hands.
Yeah, I think so, but I missed Scheherazade.
Ooh. Don't forget you're a host with the most duties.
I won't. We'll see. Just about that time.
Okay, I'll go
Okay.
to
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please?
Oh, you have it, I think.
Thank you all for being here. Dad. We have yet another surprise for you this evening. One that's going to bowl you over. You are going to love it.
Hi, boys and girls.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns. It's a big surprise that I'm here tonight. As a matter of fact, it's got to be a shock, particularly to Bob. Maybe we want to take his pulse. He looks... Well, anyway. When I first saw you tonight, I thought you still had your operating greens on, but then I realized it's got to be your pala because you're getting married tomorrow. Again. Well, I just hope you get all the love and good times that you deserve. It's about that much. I want to wish you both all happiness and a very wonderful, wonderful life together. I heard a good one about two penguins in the back of a taxi cab.
Let's not push our luck, John.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the one.
You're beautiful. Can these women dress or what? How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Doctor. That makes you audience. Let me just say, I've prepared a few words here. Let me just say, meet me in the linen closet in 2 hours. Wait, whoa, that's not it. What's happening here? I remember what I was supposed to do. Bob, we're saluting you tonight. You're a terrific guy. Stand up, take a bow. Is he great? Guy's getting married. Gee, what a surprise. All right. Sit down, Bob. You know, I've been working with this guy for the last 2 years. This guy does not drink. This guy does not smoke. This guy does not take ballet lessons. This is a very beautiful guy, except that he's boring. You know, there's nothing else to say. Get out of here. Go home, everybody. I'm leaving. No, wait a minute. You know what? A couple weeks ago, God bless you, Bob, a lady comes into the hospital. She's delirious. She lifts her head up off the stretcher. She says, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And Bob rushes over there. He grabs her hand. He strokes her hair. He pats her on the face. And then he says, "Hey, Mom, I told you not to bother me at work." That's a true story. I'm not making that up. And then what kind of a doctor is he? I don't know. He's running around the hospital saying, "I'm an MD, I'm an MD. Me doctor, me doctor." He keeps saying, "I'm the chief of staff." I don't know. I think he's more like a staph infection. Huh? Come on. Give me some support here. What's happening here? I want to tell you something. We are just so happy that Bob and Kim have finally found each other. What a magic moment this is. Isn't it terrific, huh? Come on, let's give it some credit. It's magic. You know, I hate to say this, Kim, but you know what, Bob? I think I see some rice marks on your face there. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, let me see a show of hands. How many of you people know that Bob is a lover of fine music, huh? Let me see. Show it. Wait a second. Bob. Are we keeping you up here? Huh? Waiter, get this guy a glass of milk, okay? He's a lover of fine music. Who knows that? You know that, right? And that is why he is substituting the wedding march. You know, "Here Come the Bride," for "Spinning Wheel, Got to Go Round." Hey, come on, let's face it, it's treacherous being married to this guy. I mean, he has navigated more minefields than the U.S. Intrepid. That's true, and I'm not kidding. Do you see those life preservers out there talking about boats, huh? You see what's out there? See what it says out there? We want this to get off on the right foot. We want everything to go okay, but you know what those life preservers say? Titanic! Yeah, that's true. You know what I got in here? I got a short list of all of the people that Bob has treated that have died. There it is. Just a short kind of a list. A short thing there. That's all it is. Huh? Kind of a short list.
Alfie! Oh, what a lovely surprise. Come on in. How about a cup of tea?
Lovely. Ta.
Just made some.
Is Marcy home?
No, she's out with her friends. Why?
Well, would you please return this painting to her? And with Lord Cushing's regrets? The painting's not valuable, it's a forgery.
Oh, what a shame.
Yes, unfortunate, but he did check into it quite thoroughly.
Well, not to worry. I think Miss Marcy's attachment was more sentimental than anything else. You know, when she was having those troubles, the one thing that seemed to bring her any comfort was that painting.
Dear me, I'm sorry to hear that Marcy's been having a bad time of it.
Yes, well, I'm not one to gossip.
Oh, I know that, Miss Martha.
But, you know, I do think she had a bit of a trauma, and she hasn't been herself since.
Since what?
Well, I think it had something to do with, you know, when she did that modelling a few weeks ago. See, I overheard Mrs. Stenbeck and Marcy talking about it.
And?
Well, I heard something about a photographer, the police, and then something about not being able to press charges.
Press charges? Sounds serious.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it all means.
Well, what's the photographer got to do with it? He didn't threaten her or, mistreat her in any way.
Oh, I don't know. But it's a terrible shame. I mean, Miss Marcy is such a sweet child. I mean, I can't imagine anyone wanting to do anything that would hurt her.
Neither can I.
Oh, the thought of it makes my blood boil.
Lovely, Tom. Well, don't you fret about it, Miss Martha. You can be sure that if anyone harmed her in any way, he's bound to pay for it. One way or another.
Yeah, is that terrific, huh? Wait a minute. Wait, Lisa, how you doing, honey? Stand up, stand up. You're terrific. Stand up, stand up. You're a knockout. You know what? I would have never left you. You're terrific. You're beautiful. And look at this. Hey, Lila, you're right next to... I guess he kind of left you standing right at the altar, huh?
It should have been me.
Oh, you know it. You know it. And then, well, hey, you know who else he met? What about the Divine Miranda? Was she incredible, huh? She's the head of an international dope smuggling ring, and they're manufacturing the drugs right in Oakdale Memorial's chemistry lab. Chief of staff, huh? Hey, let me end it this way, okay? Let me end it with a song that I think really sums it up. Here we go. Can you see, Teddy? Beautiful. Here we go. Love is beautiful. The 222nd time around. Huh? You guys are great. I love you. I'm serious. You know, marriage is like a tourniquet. It cuts off your circulation.
Thank you, Doctor.
See you in the operating room. You're terrific. Bye-bye.
Hey, don't forget the rest of the He was really fun, right?
Well, John, you and the so-called comedian must be related. You both have the same warped sense of humor.
Listen, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I thought it'd be right down your alley.
You are something. You are the only person I know who would dare to crash a party. Crash.
I think it's probably a pretty good thing that I did, because this place looks like it's suffering from the sags.
Hey, Johnny, you know what's wrong with you?
What's that?
You know, you got a little problem. Yeah, you're jealous. You're jealous because Kim and Bob are so happy.
Me jealous?
Yes,
well,
you.
you know, maybe I am just a tad. Are you going to sit there and tell me that you're not?
Me? Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Your envy is billowing in this room like a flag.
Oh, I'm not going to stand here and listen to that. Wait a minute. Wait. One other little thing I want to say. You are the walking collection of everything I despise in a person. You are crass, and you're crude, and you're rude, and you got no taste.
Oh, come on. Flattery won't get you anywhere.
Oh, please.
Oh, that was wonderful. You like that? Plus an eye. Eye for an eye.
An eye for an eye.
Well, young man.
So what's so important that you have to call me into my office at this hour?
It's not something you can discuss on the phone, Lieutenant.
So what is it? Is there more trouble at the yacht? I mean, is everybody okay?
No, they're having a bachelor party bash down at the yacht.
A bachelor? You call me into the office at this hour to tell me that?
Well, of course not. I called you here to tell you I found out who was tipping off Haskell about the bust.
Who?
Frank Andropoulos.
That's a lot of malarkey, Randolph. I'm investigating this situation. I have no proof whatsoever that it was Frank. The man is on sick leave, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, he's got a funny way of recuperating. I'm telling you, it's him.
Look, Randolph, I don't know the details of this vendetta you're having with Andropoulos, and I don't care to know them. But a cop's reputation is at stake, and one of my best cops at that. Well, you better be awful careful about what you're saying.
Nobody held a gun to his head when he tipped off Haskell about that bust either.
You're talking about Oakdale Serpico. You're talking about one of my guys. Now, if you can't back this up, you're going to have a mess of a libel suit on your hands.
I can prove he's on the take. I've got the evidence. I almost got killed getting the evidence.
All right,
Haskell
let's
almost
quit
caught
the
me.
histrionics. You say you got the evidence? All right, I want to see it. Where is it? Well, put up or shut up. Where's the evidence?
I haven't got it in my hands.
Ah, don't waste my time.
But I can get it. I know where it is. I've got it on tape. Frank taking money from Haskell. On tape, loud and clear.
But that's crazy. Why would Haskell allow a recording like that to be made? It's potentially incriminating to him as it is to Frank.
Haskell put it on tape, so if he gets sent up the river, Frank goes with him. Frank's his insurance.
All right. Let's say this so-called tape does exist. How are you going to get your hands on it?
Well, you have to leave that to me, Lieutenant.
Well, until then, I don't want another word about Frank. Do you understand? He's innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah, well, I'm going to prove it.
Yeah, well, a word to the wise, Randolph. You're playing with dynamite. You bring down a cop like Frank, you bring down the people that are close to him. The ones who get hurt the most in something like this are the families. Now, do you want that kind of responsibility on your shoulders?
We have a collision right here.
It's just a shame that Chris isn't here.
Yes, isn't it? I thought maybe when I talked to him this afternoon on the telephone.
Oh, you did? How is he?
But he's feeling lots better. Oh, so glad. But the doctor still won't let him fly. I had so hoped he might come up at the last minute.
Oh, I did too.
Kim, may I ask you something?
Of course.
Are these affairs always so raucous?
Nancy, I don't know. This is my first bachelor party, too.
Well, my darlings, I must say good night. I must go, and I'm going to slip quietly out.
Oh, so soon?
Yes, I have a lot of things to do to get ready for that wonderful reception tomorrow. Kim, you're just going to love it. It's going to be spectacular.
Oh, bless your heart. Thanks so much for coming.
My pleasure. Nancy, please see that this precious girl gets home and gets plenty of rest.
I will take care of her.
Because we have
really
a sunrise wedding. Good night, my little
Good night, dear. See you tomorrow.
Good night, good night.
Good night, Lisa.
Good night. Oh, good night. Good night. Have some more champagne. Good night.
Good night.
Lisa is the only person I know who can slip out so noisily.
But Franny, I know that you and Marcy are close friends. I was wondering if you knew it was bothering her.
No, I don't, actually. I've been away for a while and we really haven't had a chance to talk about it.
That's perfectly understandable. Do I think your dad and Kim make a smashing couple, don't you?
Yeah. I'm so excited. I can hardly believe they'll be married tomorrow.
Oh, and you'll be heading the line of bridesmaids, of course.
No. I missed my fitting. I kind of goofed.
Oh. Then, would you by any chance, how would you like to come to the wedding with me? Unless, of course, you've made other plans.
No, I'd love to, Stuart. It would be fun.
Good, because I'd like very much to take you. It's the least I can do for the daughter of the groom. Now, if you excuse me, I must go and pay my respects to your dad and Kim before I go.
Oh, you're not leaving already?
Afraid so, but I'll pick you up at your house first thing in the morning.
Bright and early.
Bright and early.
Spree doesn't want to go to the wedding because of Franny.
Spree, we cannot let your feelings about Franny stop you from going to this wedding. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you. All of us are going to be there.
I know, but I'm just not going to be welcome.
Listen, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not, but Jay really put himself on the line for you the other day. He totally defended you, told Franny she better not talk to you that way ever again. I mean, I was there, I heard it. And you know what else? She doesn't even know you.
See, that's what he keeps saying, but it doesn't seem to matter to her.
Well, I'm sure it matters now because you really gave it to her.
Yeah, how come?
How come? Because he really likes you, because I'm sure he really wants you to go to this wedding with him.
See, I just don't want to make it harder for anybody, though.
The only way you are making it harder is by not going. You know, I'm sure he's going to take this personally. I really wish you would reconsider.
So, what's the verdict, huh?
I'm going to think about it, okay?
Oh, gonna think about it. Hey, well, listen, I'm not gonna beg you to go to this wedding, all right? If I'm rejected on an invitation, I just have to learn how to live with it.
You rejected. That's crazy.
He's just going to have to learn to live with it. Poor kid. It's crushed. It's crushed.
Say something.
Okay, I'll go. If you really want me to, I will, okay?
Yay! You made my day.
Yeah, well, I might have made your day, but I don't think our little Miss Preppy's gonna be too hot on this, I don't think. We have everything we need?
Yes, we do. We've got scissors and he hasn't used his shaver in so long I had to dust it off. Okay.
It's now?
Oh, my dear. It's now or never. It's now or never.
Please talk.
I don't have a whole lot to say, Maggie. I think you know how I feel about you running around with Cal Randolph.
Will you please stop calling it running around? We're working on a job, and that's it.
Well, then I don't like the way you work together. And I didn't like what I saw tonight upstairs.
Do you want an explanation?
No, I don't want any more explanations from you.
And I'm not gonna stand and watch you cavort all over the place with them. I'm not gonna stand for it.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, please. Quiet, may I have your attention? It is my turn to have an announcement, please.
Okay.
It has now become evident that the Hughes women are setting traditions. The now Hughes women, excluding the soon-to-be Hughes women. We have established a brand new tradition in Oakdale. It is called the shaving of the beard of the best man the night before the wedding tradition.
This is my. I like this beard. I've grown very attached to it.
Good, I'll grow attached.
It keeps me warm.
I'll keep you warm.
Oh, wait, no, wait.
It's coming off, dear.
Come on. Oh, I don't think this is such a good idea.
You promised me that tradition. You promised me that when it came off, I got to take it off.
Mm-hmm. I did, but that was if, not when.
Well, we've got a tradition now.
Tradition.
You've got to be very careful.
Well, when I said tradition, I didn't have that.
Come on,
Come on.
You have such a wonderful face under all that. Come on, Fred.
All right.
That's look nice tomorrow. Here,
Oh,
let
me do it. I'm
Take it off. John, you old son of a gun.
That's me. That's me.
I have to say, you helped make this a very, very lively and happy occasion.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We just try to keep you on your toes.
Well, that you did. That you did.
Well, you're a good sport, Bob.
Well, I was a captive audience.
That's too bad you didn't doze. We had a few things to say behind your back.
Listen, if I were you, I'd find those contracts, I'd sign them and get them back to me as soon as possible before I changed my mind.
I would be glad to, but they haven't arrived yet.
They haven't? That's hard to believe. You sure you don't have them?
What'd you do, send them by way of Detroit or something?
Well, anyway, I'll see you at the wedding.
Hey, listen. Congratulations. Sleep tight, have a good night, keep up the fight. Tomorrow you're a married man again.
ATWT. You want to help?
So much for your contract, Bob. I'm terribly sorry, but just no can do. Not at this time. No siree. Oh, listen, here's a little bit more debris for you there.
How was the party, my lord?
Terrific. I ate too much, I talked too loudly, and I had a wonderful time.
And seem to have lost your jacket, too.
Oh, yes. I loaned it to Franny. Did you happen to find out about that matter we talked of earlier?
I had a little chat with Miss Martha, and it seems that whatever happened to Marcy has something to do with her job down at the shop.
So something did happen to her?
Oh, yes. It concerns some modeling and a photographer. Something traumatic, according to Miss Martha. That's all I could find out.
Listen, I have an idea. If we're going to get to the bottom of this, Elfie, I'm going to need you to go down to Fashions and somehow get hold of the catalog book.
I imagine I can do that.
Now, that way we can be able to get the name of the photographer who took all the modeling shots.
And we'll track him down.
In the meantime, I'll try and figure out our next step.
I don't believe this.
Oh, it's much better. Oh, that's much better, too. No more kissing broom lips.
There goes my image.
How with your image? Let's talk about your love life.
Okay.
Oh, it really is so much better, darling. You really look like an attorney now.
See, girls, you do good work, you know? Beard shaving operation a success.
For one thing, it is time to get home and get to some sleep. I mean, tomorrow we have a sunrise wedding to go to.
Yes, and after all, not being
No. I want to show you what I got for Wow.
Diamond cufflinks.
Oh, they're beautiful. You think it was a good choice?
He'll love them.
Oh, I hope so. I can't wait to give it to him.
Tonight? So you can wear them tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope
that's
so.
fabulous. I can't wait. It's going to be so beautiful.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna go to the hospital now and say goodnight to Steve.
Oh, okay, honey. Give him our love. Tell him
will.
we missed him.
I will. You get some sleep.
Oh, please.
I'll see you in the morning.
You sure will, kiddo. Bye, honey.
Good night.
Good
Good night, y'all.
night, Betsy. Good night, Betsy.
Thank you.
Listen, you
Good
two.
night.
Good night. Thanks. It was great.
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you.
great, and thank you both. I was very touched.
Were you
really touched.
surprised?
Relentless.
Well, we love you two, and we just. Well, obviously from the turnout, you could tell everybody else did too.
Well, thanks again.
Oh, absolutely. You got a big day tomorrow, so we'll let you go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Thank
Well,
you.
oh, thanks, kid. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
Would you hold on to this?
Certainly. It's not off my car, is it? No. Good night. Alone at last.
Almost.
Alone at last.
I love you.
Oh, and I love you.
Suppose that this is the last time you'll kiss me before we get married.
Well, if it is, let's make it a good one.
Stay tuned for Capital, next on most of these CBS stations. Jewelry by Alexis Kirk. Men's and Women's Sweaters by Tony Lambert. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.